Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of the NGM Network, news, geopolitics, and more. Today, I wanted to discuss the possibility of a war between Ethiopia and Egypt because of the Jade Dam that Ethiopia has put on the Nile River. Now, first, I must explain what the Jade Dam is. The J Dam, or GERD, was a dam that Ethiopia has built over the 2010s and was finally finished in the early 2020s, which will allow Ethiopia to provide itself with electricity and will allow it to give its citizens more stable sources of power without constant rolling blackouts. Now, this will lift millions of Ethiopian citizens out of blackouts and possibly even out of poverty, because with electricity, they will be able to work more efficiently. They will be able to travel better. They will be able to do their daily jobs and tasks better, because electricity is something that we take for granted in the West, in the US or UK. But in Africa, it is a very important resource. So for the citizens of Ethiopia, this will definitely be a good thing. However, for Egypt, they see that differently. The president of Egypt, El-Sisi, has constantly stated that he was against the Ethiopian Jade Dam, and the Egyptian position on Ethiopia's dam is that they should not have built it, and Egypt wants a treaty with Ethiopia limiting the amount of water that the dam can hold back, and Egypt wants to limit the amount of water that Ethiopia can use for the dam. However, Ethiopian President Abiy Ahmed, Ethiopian Prime Minister, he's the Prime Minister, not the President, but Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali has rejected the idea of Egypt forcing Ethiopia into any sort of treaty that limits Ethiopia's rights to use the water on the Nile. And so this creates a possible conflict between Egypt and Ethiopia. As you can see from the map, Egypt and Ethiopia do not share a border. Sudan is in between them. However, the possibility for war between Egypt and Ethiopia is still there. The Egyptian Air Force might, in an attempt to destroy the Ethiopian dam, fly over Sudan and try to bomb Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam. However, this could backfire. If the mission is unsuccessful and the dam still is standing, then all Egypt will have done is attacked another nation, which will drastically reduce its international image and make it seem like Egypt is an aggressor. Ethiopia is in an advantageous position because Ethiopia can focus on defense. It does not have to focus on attacking Egypt at all or trying to inflict damage on Egypt. The only thing Ethiopia has to focus on is defending its dam. And Ethiopia has bought multiple weapon systems from Israel as well as Russia for anti-aircraft and even fighter jets from Russia for Ethiopia to defend their dam. So, what will happen? Will Egypt attack Ethiopia? I consider that unlikely for the time being. Now, I could be wrong, but there's a huge risk that Egypt takes by attacking Ethiopia. As I said, Egypt's international reputation will be on the line, and if Egypt attacks the Ethiopian Grand Renaissance Dam only for it to not be destroyed at all by Egypt, they would have attacked Ethiopia for nothing. So, for the time being, I think Egypt and Ethiopia will have tense relations, but they will not go to war. However, the threat of war will always persist between Egypt and Ethiopia. And although I hope a war never happens between these two countries, I cannot entirely rule it out. But anyways, I just want to thank you for watching this video. May everyone have a blessed day and stay safe out there, guys. Bye.